Hey guys and girls, it is Logan Holmes. So I've mentioned multiple times that my top my top 100 best shows of the 2000s list is the best video I've ever done. So I thought, why not do more, like talk do more things relating to it. So yeah, when I did that video, I only provided explanations for one for the top 10. Now I'm providing explanations for 11 through 20. Number 20 is That 70s Show. Uh, it's a great show because you have um, a lot of good jokes, and and basically it's cool, uh, cool being set in the 70s, and you have and it's the and most of it aired in the 2000s, although part of it did air in the 90s, and it's just really funny. Number 19 is Wizards of Waverly Place. Another really great show. It's cool with the whole with the wizards, and it's also really funny too. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Number 18 is The King and Queens. Just funny. I mean, really, all I have to say. So, so yeah, The King of Queens is just, another show. It's really funny. That's all I have to say. Number 17 is The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Wow, okay, so this really, I'd say this was Disney Channel's attempt to, be more like Drake and Josh. And while I will say Drake and Josh is better than The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is still a great show. I really like what Disney Channel tried to do here, and it's just another thing, that's really funny. Number 16 is Deal or No Deal. So, this Deal or No Deal is a game show, and I put Deal or No Deal on here because it's different, and they talk about it because, a lot of game shows, it's, you have to answer all these, trivia questions. Not on Deal or No Deal. It's, you have to, it's just all these cases you open, and then the only question is Deal or No Deal. It's really good. This is my favorite game show because it's just different. Oh, and by the way, I have no idea if this show is, they brought it back with CNBC, and it was still, and it was still on whenever I made this list. I don't know if they're still doing the CNBC one, or if they canceled it. I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know. I hadn't been on, really, because, I record I record them first run on my DVR, so yeah, and there hadn't been any in a while. Number 15 is The Simpsons. So The Simpsons is really it's a really funny show. In the 2000s, you got The Simpsons movie, and that was really good. And and there were some pretty a lot of funny things in The Simpsons during the 2000s. Um, so yeah, Number 14 is Ed, Ed, and Eddy. This show is really funny. So this basically this was a show that it was on, and then it just it ended because of course Cartoon Network just they know that all their shows have to come to an end, and that's what they did with Ed, Ed and Eddy. While unlike Nickelodeon with SpongeBob, where they just keep on, uh, where they just never end it, Ed, Ed and Eddy was pretty much, it never, it ended, So yeah, and it was really funny with Ed, Ed and Eddy. Number 13 is King of the Hill. So King of the Hill it's a really funny show, with all the, with Hank and with Hank Hill and Propane, uh, great characters, and it's always really funny, I'd say, for sure. Number 12 is Phineas and Ferb. So this was, it's great because, they always build, uh, 104 days of summer vacation, even though, almost no, almost no schools have summer vacation for that long. But, I mean, it's still, but yeah, it's cool whenever they build stuff, and then and all that, yeah, and then it's great. And with candidates and great characters. So, and number 11 is Zoey 101. So, Zoey 101 didn't quite make the top 10. And, but it's still a great show. Zoey 101 is just different because, it was, Dan Schneider made all these shows, until, he kept making all these shows with his Schneiderverse, and then, and until, 2018, he left, and, and, this was the only, this was the only one of Dan Schneider's shows that did not have a laugh track, and, it was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, and, it is the most expensive show that Nick ever made. So, and it's different than a lot of shows. I feel, and it is still really funny, and so so yeah, and now, really looking back at 11 through 20, it makes me realize, another show that I kind of regret putting, it didn't make the list at all, and I really regret it. That show would be The Office, um, because The Office and Zoey 101 actually premiered the same year, and they're a lot like each other in the sense that, they're still, they're comedies, despite the fact that neither one of them have a laugh track. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out, fans.